so much for joining. We finally got started, and this is the After Dark edition for To Whom It May Concern, the podcast. My name is Philip Brandon. I am so thankful for everyone for stopping by. I hope you enjoy today's segment. It's been a long time coming, but more importantly, just want to let you know that we're going to be a little bit more free flowing tonight, as my guest is not able to join us tonight. So it'll just be me, and that's okay. We have a lot to talk about, so stay tuned. C'est la vie, such is life. What does that mean? For some people, it's, hey, um, it is what it is. And for others, it's, they kind of take what, you know, comes to them, ebbs and flows. I happen to be the it is what it is type of person. I don't like to think that, life is always going to be rosy and sweet. I know that there's definitely going to be challenges, turmoil, things that you have to, position yourself for. So it is going to be ultimately, sometimes a challenge. But when that does happen, stand a little bit more firm, make sure that we're doing, everything that we're supposed to do. Me personally, um, I'm just getting back into reading the word and comforting myself with, the Lord's Prayer and his promises over my life. So one thing you will get from this podcast, I will not shy away from my love and devotion for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And as for me and my house, yes, we will serve the Lord. And as for me in this podcast, we will serve the Lord. So, just some good news. About a week ago, I actually celebrated my 41st birthday. I can't believe I'm sharing my age and, feel like I'm giving something special away here, but it is what it is. 41 is a blessing. There was, several people that I know, unfortunately, maybe didn't get to see these years, and I consider every day a gift, literally. Every day is a holiday. Every meal is a feast. I actually learned that from my current job, and I'm very thankful for that verbiage that has stuck around. But every day is a holiday. Every meal is a feast. Simply, don't take life for granted. Every day above ground, it's pivotal, and it's definitely needed. So we got to be thankful. We have to be, very humble in terms of the things and the gifts that come our way, because could be here today, gone tomorrow. So every day that you get a chance to wake up, set your feet to the ground, give thanks. That's a great day. That is a holiday. Every meal that you have, whether it's a sandwich, or dinner with your family, that should be considered a feast, because somewhere someone's not getting that. Someone has missed a meal or two or three. And it's things like that that kind of propel me, that drive me and make me feel a little bit more human, to be exact. So, c'est la vie. That's just the way that I, like to live life, essentially. And it is definitely a part of my my everyday mantra, right? So it's so funny, though, that getting older, while you definitely lose much of your physical attributes, certainly can't jump as high, run fast, pack on a little pounds if you're not too careful. With age comes wisdom. And I definitely am seeing that now 100%, 1000% actually. The things that I used to do, places I used to frequent, no longer have interest. They're not even things that I would consider at this particular point in time. And I'm very happy for that cognitive dissonance, if you will, or discernment. So I'm very thankful that those things, when you was a child, you thought as a child type of thing. So I'd love to know how many people, have had life-changing experiences from the time from their 30s into their 40s. I could raise my hand, almost 1,000 times to say like what I've experienced in my 30s is absolutely nothing like, uh, hitting the 40s. Now to add to that, parenthood. I found myself at a very interesting hallmark, and it's that I'm literally in between generations. My oldest child he's a teenager. He's 16. A couple years, he'll hopefully be off to college. Meanwhile, my wife and I welcomed a set of twins in 2022. So learning toddlers again, their language, catering to them, their needs, is a privilege, but also it takes some getting used to. And then on the flip side, you got your teenager who, has his good days, has his bad days, and some days are you can't really figure them out. So it's like the matrix of sort. So I definitely am interested in hearing from any parent out there who's, juggling one child, two, might have an older kid, might have a younger child, but I'd really love to see what your thoughts are, and how you're dealing with those dynamics. Because I tell you, um, that has been a struggle for me, and I'm working through that. So y'all pray for me because I love my kids as we should. But man, some days are those mine? Are y'all belong to me? Yeah, it be like that. So, all right, well, cool. Well, I wanted to take some time to actually talk about a really cool product. As you can see, hopefully in the front of the camera, um, I have been magnetized by this wonderful, wonderful candle and scent. And we'll get a little close up on that later. But this teak wood, this just amazing fragrance is just the moment I light it, uh, the aroma is so aromatic, very mellow, sets the mood. So you will be seeing this in a lot more of my podcast, and I firmly believe that you should check out this particular brand. They've done a really good job. I'm I'm super happy. I got this as a gift, and um, I'm looking at getting a few more. So, um, shout out for sure. Um, and actually, whiskey leather. That's what I wanted to say. Shout out to Whiskey Leather. They make a fantastic product. Really put together well. Good packaging. Uh, the scent projects. It's not anything that which you would not want in your home. So I'm really happy with it. Really happy with that product so far. So again, this is the After Dark edition. Uh, I wanted to get this episode out a little bit sooner, but good things take time. We are really hoping that you enjoy the conversation. I'm loving. I want to see more and more questions pop up, and we'll be sure to take some time to answer that. As a matter of fact, one question that was posed was, Philip, you seem to be able to do all the things, right? We see you, from sun up and sun down, and you wouldn't even believe the time of day it is that I'm actually doing this recording. But my commitment to making sure that we got content for you guys, that we got some great substance and a great episode, was unwavering. And so it's way in the wee hours of the morning, but that's my commitment to making sure that we get you all, we get you all right, right? I want to make sure that y'all are happy, to whom it may concern. But with that being said, I appreciate this question because it definitely takes uh, a grind. It takes a village as well. Definitely needs to be, uh, you have to have the mindset. I think that's the first and foremost of getting it done. You juggling the schedule of two toddlers, teenager, they have a schedule, he's got a schedule, my wife, and so on and so forth. But family first, making sure that the family is taken care of, that their needs are met. And in between that, juggling a business, working, um, making sure that kids have activities and enrichment, programs. So it is a goal as a parent. I want my kids to see what that hard work entails, and we hope that it pays off. We have goals, we set goals, and prayerfully things have been rolling, things have been happening, but it's not without the hard work. So I'm blessed, to just be able to again have breath in my body, to be able to do all of these things, to record, to have a platform, a new platform, to bring content, to work on clothing designs, to be a father, which I hold near and dear to my heart, and to be a husband. Uh, we wear many hats, but I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. I think as a natural Gemini, that's just what we do, is what I'm accustomed to, is what I love to do. And, more importantly, is to, definitely bring quality content. So we certainly are appreciative. And, I think anyone who's trying to make a way for themselves, or um, has a certain lifestyle to which they like to uphold, you're going to work towards that. And that's just kind of what we like to do. So it's a great question, though. Ultimately, I am so excited for this upcoming year. I went ahead and, I guess, against the judgment of my wife, or the I didn't get her blessing. I didn't get her blessing. And fellas, don't do that. Make sure you're on one accord with your wife. But for my birthday, I bought a vehicle. Um, I, I bought a car, and I guess it was a little bit selfish, but um, I felt as though the timing was right. It was a good price. It was something I had wanted for a long time, and um, I didn't. I prayed about it. I definitely prayed about it, but it was still a bit of a impulse buy. And so, when you do these impulse buys, sometimes you gotta live with some of those decisions, and that definitely has been the case as of recently. I'm very, I love the car. It came with some things that I wasn't thinking I would have to take care of necessarily right away. So, um, but it's all good. We're working through it. I'd love to know if fellas, ladies, if you've ever did a